Avatar was bullshit and it's terrible.
Bring me my stogie.
They have so much consciousness that they just take themselves out as quick as possible.
I judge them for only being in 4/4 time.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
Happy New Year, everybody. It's martini time around these parts.
It's aviation gin. Aviation gin was used.
Yes.
So I've looked this up for you in case you were curious.
I was.
7 flavoring ingredients in aviation gin. Juniper.
That has to be there.
Yeah. Lavender.
Oh, okay.
Sweet and bitter orange peel.
Very nice.
Which, hold on, let me...
I do taste the lavender
5,
now.
6, 7. Okay, so that's only one of the flavoring ingredients.
Okay.
It's sweet and bitter orange peel, not sweet orange peel, comma.
Oh, that counts as one?
Peel. Yeah.
Okay. It's a unit.
Cardamom.
Oh, yes.
Cardamom.
Wonderful spice.
Yeah, so there's that. Coriander.
Another wonderful spice.
Anise seed.
That's like the licorice thing.
And Indian sarsaparilla.
Huh. Oh, I don't know what the hell that is. I mean, I know what sarsaparilla is.
It's sarsaparilla from India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I kept thinking...
That makes sense.
I kept thinking it was aviator gin.
Aviator gin?
Like what, Leonardo DiCaprio was drinking in that movie.
It's the aviator
About Howard Hughes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard Hughes.
That would be... I would like that if, for all these movies, they started marketing it with very specific things like that everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just a limited time. We just released one batch of gin for the aviator.
That would be fun. They had to come out with some kind of booze for fucking Avatar.
Yeah. And what, blue curacao?
Yeah, some kind of blue goo bullshit. I don't think the Na'vi.
Yeah.
I've never seen them drink in a movie.
Did you watch the new one?
Well, there's a little bit of a story.
Okay.
I think I already told you, but for the listeners, it's not a fun story. And I tell it to people, and I feel bad about myself, but I can't. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Mm-hmm. But I feel weak, Nathan.
Yeah. Because
not only did we go see it, not because I'm a huge fan of Avatar. I wasn't a huge fan of Avatar, but it's just a good movie to take it was a thing to do.
That's more what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a good movie for anything. I'm going to make someone mad on this episode, but I have to say this before you launch into it. Avatar was bullshit and it's terrible.
Well, it's a new year.
Yeah.
And it's time to start pissing people off.
There we go. It is Fern Gully, but worse.
Oh, you're right.
And in 3D. That's what he wrote.
It is exactly Fern Gully.
It is Fern Gully.
And like Watership Down a little bit, maybe? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the plot never did anything.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's the thing. James Cameron can put all the 3D gimmicks in his movies he wants.
That's right.
If there's no plot, I'm calling him out on it.
That's right.
And that is a bad plot.
We were talking about this the other day. It's like why a good song can work even if it's recorded on a phone. Mm-hmm. Because it's a good song. Right. Like you could have a bad song and spend $1 million making it. Yeah. It doesn't make a difference if it's a shitty song. Right. Right. I think the expression is you can't polish a turd.
That's right.
Yeah.
And James Cameron, I mean, he did polish it, and people ate that turd up.
People do like it. I mean,
they ate that turd the whole thing.
But so I didn't see most of Avatar: The Way of Water because we went to see it not just in IMAX but in IMAX 3D.
Mm-hmm. The only way to see it.
Apparently, if you listen to the IMAX ads on repeat, which I did, because I got horribly motion sick. It might have been partly due because we were in like row C, so we were pretty fucking close to the screen.
That's not good.
No, and when you're watching a 3D movie, taking the glasses off does you no good because then the movie's all blurry.
Yeah.
And that made me sick too.
It's actually worse with the glasses off because then you see the two different images that are offset.
Yeah, they're like superimposed on each other or whatever. And I mean, my favorite part was seeing the IMAX logo in 3D. That shit is incredible. It's pretty amazing.
James Cameron can't do that.
No. But what I saw, I thought was better than the first, but I didn't see probably 2/3 of the movie.
It better be better than the first one. He's taken a decade to make a second one.
It's true. I heard there was one actress who shot her parts like 4 years ago, and she thought it had already come out, and like didn't do well because she didn't hear anything.
Wow, that one really bombed. I thought it would be big.
Didn't make a splash at all. But no, I spent most of Avatar: The Way of Water on these lovely little couches they had in the lobby of the IMAX area, which was great because I was going to throw up.
Yeah.
And so just pacing, drinking water, sitting on the couch.
I don't get motion sick, but I do feel like the last time I went to a 3D movie, I felt like I was going to at least be a little nauseous by the end of it.
Yeah. Now I know. I mean, now I could take Dramamine. I mean, I kind of always. I don't know. I didn't think about it. I
well,
you're not bother me.
You're not motioning.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Why would you be motion sick sitting stationary?
Thank you.
I just really hope. I don't know if you remember this when the first one happened.
Oh,
he did the first Avatar, and then for like the next 2 years, every movie that came out in IMAX 3D, every movie.
Yeah.
Movies that didn't need to be in IMAX 3D were in IMAX 3D.
Right.
Like, I don't need to see a Will Ferrell comedy in 3D. I'm sorry. It's not relevant.
No one does. No one does.
I hope that doesn't happen again.
Well, I can tell you the next few, I mean, it'll be there for months. And then I think probably the next one that will be in IMAX 3D is probably that Ant-Man quantum thing.
Marvel's going to
Quantum Mania.
Go all overboard with this.
Oh yeah. And then I think Oppenheimer, which is going to be the next Chris Nolan movie. And I'm actually really fucking into that. It's about
Robert Oppenheimer.
Yeah, about the building of the atom bomb.
That's actually a really good. I bet that's a good movie.
Yeah, I bet it's gonna be awesome. I'm like totally fascinated with that era. Anyway,
Christopher Nolan doing a movie
based in reality.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, he did. What was it, 1918? Which I still haven't
I guess
seen.
that's true. I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, he's had like a run of like one real one, crazy one.
Yeah.
So the last movie was Tenet, which was fucking awesome in my opinion, and I have Roy to thank for showing it to me. And then Oppenheimer will be his reality based one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it looks really good. I mean,
yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, that's a very interesting. The whole thing with the development of the nuclear bomb is insane.
Totally nuts that any of it actually happened.
Yeah, every time you hear a story about the development, it sounds made up.
Oh yeah, yeah. What did they have? They had at least like 2 secret cities, right? Oak Ridge, which is in Tennessee, and then the one in New Mexico. And maybe there was a third one. I'm not even sure, but yeah. And then they go out and they're not sure if it's going to light the fucking atmosphere on fire.
Just give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? You know,
whatever.
If I directed this movie, now this is not what Christopher Nolan will do.
Yeah,
it would end with the test explosion. And the whole thing would be super dramatic. And then they see that it doesn't light the atmosphere on fire.
Yeah. And
they do a 80s high five freeze frame to end the movie.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Ba ba ba
ba. Credits.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The credits just roll over the freeze frame, all 15 minutes of the ending credits of a major motion picture.
It's at the end of Karate Kid. I like it. Mm-hmm. That sounds really good.
Call me Hollywood. I've got ideas.
Well, they're out of them, so
yeah,
they might need you.
I want to remake Avatar, but I want to make it in 2D.
I wonder if there must be. there's parodies of almost everything. There's got to be Avatar parodies, but then I wonder how hard. Like, I wonder if there's enough of a return because you would have to put. I mean, you're not going to do what James Cameron did, but I wonder if you could even like attempt it.
I would like to think that somewhere, there's a porn parody of Avatar.
Must be
in IMAX 3D. It's called Assatar.
Oh yes, that's good. It's good.
I want that to be a thing. I want it to be in IMAX 3D. I'm going nowhere near any place that's showing that.
You show up to the mall at 2:00 in the morning. They let you in the back door. You're there with 15 other people.
Yeah.
You each paid like $40, but you get to see this movie.
And you definitely don't want to be there with the 15 other people.
You don't. But you're there.
Everyone has their own row, and it's still not far enough away from everyone.
Why is that guy sitting in the front row? So weird. Who the fuck would do that?
Just the guy in the front row constantly screaming, "The money shots look so real!"
Well, the way the 3D was, it was like it's constantly shifting, like what's in the foreground.
Yeah.
And it did a great job with it because it gives you get a lot of depth of field. It still looks weird to me though. Like I can't.
If they can ever figure it out where it looks real, then I'll be on board. But they can't.
I don't think it can look real.
No, there's. Not with our current technology.
Yeah, we'd have to come up with some new stuff.
The only way to make it look more real is if you're able to add more and more layers of depth into things.
Right.
And I don't know that you can add enough to make it look real.
I don't know that you can either. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's like the realistic version of the Uncanny Valley.
Yes. My family over, it's a lot of movie talk, but that's what I've been doing lately. I was sick a lot, so I watched a lot of movies. Actually, going to Avatar is probably what got us sick.
There you go.
Fuck you, Avatar.
Yeah, James Cameron. You think you're real hot stuff now, huh? Making people sick with your Fern Gully ripoffs.
I do like The Abyss, and I do like Terminator, and Terminator 2 is fucking awesome, and Aliens rules.
I can't help but notice you haven't mentioned anything created post-2000.
This is true.
Even post-Titanic.
I mean, Titanic's a great movie. It's not my favorite movie.
It's fine.
But it's a good movie.
I think it's a good movie somewhat.
Yeah. But you sorry.
I think it's overly melodramatic.
Definitely. Yeah.
I don't like overly melodramatic movies, even when they win Oscars.
I haven't seen it since I was a child either, so that's I'm remembering through a child's eyes.
It is one of the first movies I ever saw.
Yeah.
Where someone got sketched naked.
Yeah. And it was Kate Winslet. Come on.
But
beautiful. And everybody had that 2-tape VHS of it. I mean, you find those in every thrift store everywhere.
So when I was, I'm trying to think when this came out. It would have been sometime after it came out. I was not very
Titanic.
Old. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I had to have been 12 or less.
Yeah.
Okay. My parents rented Titanic from the video store at our local grocery store because they were too cheap for Blockbuster.
Oh, you guys have one of those video stores in the grocery store?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Because Blockbuster, it's $3.
Yeah.
But if you go to the Dillons in Kansas and go to that video rental, it's only $1.
Oh, yeah. The first Redbox.
Yeah. So they rented it.
Okay.
And we're watching it, and I was not paying attention because I'm a child.
Yeah, you don't care.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
There are no cartoons. The music is not funny at all. No. I don't like any of it. And they got to that scene, and I don't know if you ever had this when you were a kid.
Yeah.
When there's a movie that has inappropriate content for an adult.
Yeah.
Or for a child, and the adults just fast forwarded, like you can't see what's happening in fast motion.
That happened. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we fast forwarded through that scene.
But all those lines come up.
Yeah. I have no idea what this is. But I, for sure, when I was left home alone, like the next day, just like popped it in and went and looked, and was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, boobies,
Yeah,
neat.
There they are.
Yeah,
There they are.
okay, I like those."
And then you learned something about yourself. You said Uncanny Valley, and that made me remember that we were flipping through stuff to watch around Christmas, and someone said, "Oh, Polar Express," and I said, "Really? Really? Let me show you the trailer to Polar Express." And I did, and they were terrified.
Yeah, they had nightmares.
That's right. So my lovely wife has a lot of holes in her movie watching because she grew up in a very restrictive household where she didn't get to watch a lot of stuff. I was the total opposite. I saw damn near everything as a child.
And adult.
And as an adult, I see a lot of things now. Yeah.
You didn't stop. You didn't become an adult and go, I don't know, that seems a little inappropriate. Do you guys have anything rated PG or below?
Yeah. I do have to think about that now, though, because if I want to watch something upstairs,
I've
not on my phone.
We've gone back to watching some shows that are on network TV.
Yeah.
Just because they can be watched with the child awake.
Yeah.
And then as soon as my child goes to bed, it's, okay, what do we have on our Netflix queue?
Exactly. So she had never seen Christmas Vacation.
Oh.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. She didn't love it. And
what?
There's a
hold on. Whoa. We're not just going to gloss over that part.
All right.
It's still hilarious.
It is.
It holds up.
There is. I agree with you. There's a lot of funny stuff in it. It is gross.
Yeah.
About the joke that Chevy Chase always meets a hot girl.
Yeah.
Where he's married to fucking Beverly D'Angelo.
Who's just a real dog, you know?
God, she's so beautiful. What are we doing? And, the world has learned that Chevy Chase is an asshole.
Yeah.
And so
you have to set that aside when watching.
You do.
When watching any Chevy Chase movie.
Yeah.
Like, you can't watch Caddyshack and remember how terrible Chevy Chase is.
Yeah. I mean, he's not like a rapist or anything. No, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, he's just
unlikable.
It does ruin everything if you start thinking about him, though.
Right.
Because there is the part of me that always goes, whatever happened to Chevy? Oh yeah, no one wants to work with him.
Right.
Oh, he's just awful. And then, I don't know, have you ever heard the SNL story from when he hosted in the 80s? It got him banned.
I seem to remember something about that, but no, I don't remember.
So SNL, it was like 84.
Oh, that's like prime Chevy Chase.
He hosted.
Okay.
And they had their first openly gay cast member.
Oh.
Now, this is mid-AIDS epidemic.
Yeah, right.
Mid-AIDS.
Right.
So his idea for a sketch was to have a sketch where this cast member got AIDS.
Oh, God.
And they weighed him each week to see how much weight he had lost.
Oh, my God.
And that got him banned from SNL because, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What?
It's a horrible sketch.
So
man.
Every time you watch Fletch, think about that, people.
Yeah. That 80s.
Fletch is still good, though, too.
I haven't seen Fletch in forever, but yeah, so showed everybody Christmas Vacation. And I watched it. I probably watched it last Christmas, honestly, because that was I've talked about this a lot. That was another one of those movies that was on. For me, it was TBS all the time, and I saw it and I saw it and I saw it. But like now that I'm an adult, so many more of the jokes land.
Oh yeah,
for me, it's so fucking funny.
Now I have this to run by you.
Yeah,
because I've had this thought about Christmas Vacation forever.
Okay,
I, as a child, watched the recorded Christmas Vacation from NBC on VHS.
Right.
Until I left for college. I think it got re-recorded at some point.
Okay.
But,
yeah.
Okay. So you remember the scene where he gets his bonus.
Yes.
And he's freaking out and goes on the huge long rant about his boss.
Yes. And
calls
him every name in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lying, two-faced, no-necked, blah, blah, whatever,
Right.
all of it. In the movie,
Yeah.
he ends it with, to show him, blah, 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 what a sack of monkey shit he is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
NBC, they edited it to be monkey stuff.
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
I think that's actually a funnier line.
It's funnier.
After the whole long rant,
Yeah.
just to say, what a sack of monkey stuff he is. I think that's the better line,
I
and
do
I'm a
too.
little upset that they didn't put that in there.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. It was on HBO Max this Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched it there, it's monkey shit. But, and
Well, and now the edited version, because I watched it on, I don't remember what it was, this Christmas.
some channel.
Yeah, they just leave it blank, so it just says, what a sack of monkey he is.
Oh,
At least do the stuff. At least do the stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
There were some creative line replacements
Yeah.
on TV back in the day.
That's a great line replacement.
And they don't get the actor back in to do that because that would be prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
So you just got to find whatever guy sounds the most like
Yeah.
Chevy Chase.
Can you kind of sound like Chevy Chase for one word? Just one word.
Yeah. And the lip flap doesn't necessarily match
No.
because this is like, we're doing this last minute.
Yeah. I didn't realize till like my early 20s when I rewatched it as
Yeah.
an adult that it wasn't monkey stuff. And I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. 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 I think she was turned off by the jokes that haven't aged well. I think that was the main thing that turned her off about Christmas Vacation.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what jokes.
A lot of it was the hot girl in the mall stuff, I think. And then I just don't think she necessarily thought it was that funny.
That's wrong.
I know.
It is.
But
And also the girl in the mall. I still contend it's funny, even though it is 2023 now.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the butt of the joke is that Chevy Chase is a buffoon.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say, is that it's just showing how much of an idiot he is.
Yeah.
Clark Griswold
Uh-huh.
is a fucking idiot. That's the point of the whole movie.
That's the entire point of the movie. And that scene, he can't even talk to an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Because he's such an idiot.
Such an idiot. He doesn't deserve his family.
Right.
Like, he doesn't deserve Beverly D'Angelo. He doesn't deserve his kids. You got his parents in that movie.
Yeah.
They seem like nice people. You got, I forget the uncle's name, but with the toupee and the stogie. Bring me my stogie.
This is going to kill me right now.
Uncle something, I can't remember. And his wife is like totally out of it. She's
Yeah.
oblivious.
Yeah, I think most of the movie still stands up.
Yeah, I do too.
solely because the joke isn't, wow, women are objects.
Yeah.
The joke is, wow, what a dumbass.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I agree. I think that's the case too.
But I also am not a woman,
Right.
so I can't really speak on a female's reaction to Chevy Chase mixing up the word hotter with hooter.
Right. Yeah. Well, good pull, Nathan. You remembered that.
I can't. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got this movie memorized. And I'm a big fan of Vegas Vacation too. And I think it's Christy Brinkley in that who she's like driving a sports car and they're driving probably to Eddie's in the desert, and she just buzzes by and he has a wave and then he looks in the back and there's a baby.
Yeah.
And I guess the implication is it's his baby. Oh, it's my Juniper's making an appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a talker.
I don't know what that meant.
I try to get her to talk. She just barks at me.
Yeah. Do you ever wish that you had like the collar from Up that Doug wears
Yes.
so that the dog could actually say words instead of just squeak at you?
I do. I mean, what are they? They're supposed to know like what 20 words or something. Dogs can learn something like that. I mean, the conversations would not be great, but at least I would know what she's
Right.
thinking.
You
know?
wouldn't do the whole, do you need food? What is it?
Yeah.
Because they would be running into the room going, food,
Yeah.
food.
Have you
Food.
seen these things that they have for dogs? It's like a mat with words.
No.
Have you seen this? I mean, I don't know if you can really trust it because you can train the dog to do whatever, but it's like a big mat on the floor and they step on it and it's got different words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look here.
This is what I was hoping would happen.
I was happy to get my dog trained to sit.
Yeah.
I am not training my dog to communicate via floor mat.
Yeah.
That's an insane request. I even, like, when we took Reggie, my newest puppy,
Yeah.
to dog training, and they were trying to teach us to do down so that he, like, squats down
Oh, yeah.
with his face on the floor.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, why? What situation would I have where I would need to make him bow?
Yeah.
If royalty comes over, I don't respect them enough to have my dog bow. It doesn't matter.
King Charles is not getting the royal treatment at the Badley House. No. Why would he?
Yeah, so I don't need that. And I definitely am not ever teaching him to use a floor mat.
Yeah, it's weird to watch videos of it because, I mean, I just don't know if it's real or not because I don't know. Like, one dog was being like, "Dad, home," because the dad wasn't at home. And they're just doing that over
I have
and
a
over
hard time
again.
buying that.
I do too, because I don't know if they really know what that means.
Yeah.
You know?
And not because I think dogs are stupid.
No, I don't think dogs are stupid.
But that's the whole issue. Like, when people look at dogs and go, "Oh, that dog's so sad."
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're throwing human
Yeah.
emotions onto a dog.
Right.
In this case, I don't know that dogs are needing to communicate. Is that person home? I don't think that thought crosses their mind. I think they're more thinking, "Oh, that person isn't here. Moving along."
Yeah. I think so too. I don't think they're...
They live a different life than us.
Yeah, their consciousness... I heard someone say this one time. It's like there's like dog level consciousness.
Yeah.
There's like guinea pig level consciousness. There's like dolphin level consciousness, and there's human level consciousness. There are everything has its own little sphere of consciousness, if you will. We have the most, and it depresses us.
or we think we do.
Or we think we do. At least as far as
Twist.
Whoa.
Goldfish actually have the most.
That's why they don't live long.
They have so much consciousness that they just take themselves out as quick as possible.
Peace. I'm going to choke to death on my poop.
Yeah, every time a goldfish dies, it's not because they did something stupid.
No,
they want it out.
It's suicide.
They're in a watery jail.
And they know it.
Yeah. It's not good.
No. So I showed them that, and I showed them Die Hard. And Die Hard played fantastically for both of them.
Huh.
Brief shots of boobs in Die Hard, so I wasn't a great dad.
Yeah.
But, we did the thing. Fast forwarded.
Yeah. And she didn't know what they were, and you moved on.
I think that's what happened. But mostly, you've seen Die Hard recently enough.
Yeah.
Mostly so there's one shot where a woman is being like accosted by one of the terrorists.
Yeah.
And her blouse rips open and you see her boobs. The only other boobs are the ones there's like the construction workers on the unfinished floors of Nakatomi Plaza have pasted nude girls on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And Bruce Willis keeps saying "hi girls" as he runs by them.
Right.
That's it. That's the extent of it. But they both fucking loved it, and I was so happy because I was like, I know this movie rocks. Like,
it stands up.
It's such a good movie.
I will say it's good.
And it's so much better than a lot of the ones that came after it. Oh my God.
I mean, you can say it's better than all of them.
It's pretty much the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Rocky situation.
Yeah, Rocky's the best version of...
The Rocky movies, if you need to know which ones are the best, just start at the top and work your way down. They're in order. They were
correct.
created in order.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Stallone, like... it's hard to remember he wrote that movie.
Yeah.
You know?
He wrote a legitimately good movie and then spent the rest of his life doing all of the other stuff he's done.
I know.
All of it.
What in the world? Like he could have been like a, I don't know. I don't want to say like an Oscar bait type.
He could have.
He could have done it, right? Like,
I mean, did it win? I can't remember if it won, but it was at least nominated for best screenplay.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know if it won, but it did get something.
Like he could have been a generational screenwriter, director type of guy, but instead he wanted to go a different direction.
Yeah.
And now 30 facelifts and 4 million servings of human growth hormone later, here we are.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know people still like the other movies, and if you like them, that's fine.
There are things to like in a fair number of his movies.
Yeah.
They're not all awful.
No, I mean, if you like them, that's good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But just go watch Rocky and then skip 2 through 4.
Yeah.
And skip to Rocky 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And Rocky 5 is not as bad as some other things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's pretty bad, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I seem to remember that one was just like more montage than movie.
It's a lot of montage, and the plot is insanely bad.
Yeah.
Like, he has brain damage. So he can't box anymore.
Yeah.
So he takes a boxer under his wing, but that boxer gets too big for his britches.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, so they have a street fight.
Cool. Love it.
What? Played by the late Tommy Morrison.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
He was a boxer who got AIDS.
Oh, he's a real boxer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
He then refused to take medicine,
and
then took medicine.
Okay.
But, if you refuse to take medicine for years and then start taking the medicine,
yeah, it doesn't necessarily.
It's not. There's some damage there.
Yeah, that's awful.
So,
well, sticking with the action genre.
Yeah.
Well, this is action sci-fi. I somehow found myself. This is when I was sick. I found myself watching all the fucking Riddick movies, which I don't like. I'm not a Vin Diesel fan.
How did that happen?
I don't know. And they're fine. The last one is like there's an actress in it who I like, Katie Sackhoff. She was in like oh my God.
Why do I know this name?
She was in not Babylon. She was in fucking what's that show with the Cylons? I can't remember. Anyway, she's good. And the movie is so fucking like, what's the word? It's so misogynist.
Battlestar Galactica.
She was in Battlestar Galactica, the newer version, and she's great. And that movie just like, it's awful to her. It's fucking terrible. The last Riddick movie, the one called Riddick.
I don't know why I know her name.
Yeah, she's not in anything that you would gravitate towards.
I'm looking at her face, and I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Anyway.
But all blonde white women in movies look the same to me.
To you?
Yeah. I was bragging about this at home a while back. It means that I'm not racist at all.
Okay.
This
is good.
That the actresses I can't name are all the white dudes and all the white blonde actresses. I can't name them. I don't know who they are.
Good for you, Nathan.
Like all the Chris's, line them up. Don't know which one's which.
Oh.
Any Marvel superhero aside from Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
and Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Well, those are just people you know.
Right. Yeah. Aside from those, the actors in all of those movies, aside from them, I would go, I think I know who that is, but I would not be able to say for sure.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. I'm the best at not being racist.
Yeah, well,
But if you show me a picture of Keke Palmer, I can tell you who she is.
Tell you who Keke Palmer is. Yeah.
There we go. Points.
Yeah. Guess what you're doing?
Naming Keke Palmer.
You were winning, my friend.
Oh, I'm hoping to get invited to the cookout someday.
There's a cookout?
Oh, see, you're too white to know.
I think I'm realizing more and more just how white I am.
Oh, we're both extremely white.
Well, yeah, but like, I thought I knew how white I was. I think I'm even whiter than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
There's nothing specific. It's just more of a feeling.
Did you?
Like, it also could be age. It could be that like 40 is a couple years away, and it's like I feel like I don't have a handle on. Well, I shouldn't ever. I never had a handle on what was current in culture.
Did you tell an African American that you thought Macklemore was probably a top 10 rapper or something?
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything like that. But I just feel, well, maybe it's not about race, but I just feel a little out of touch.
Well, that's age.
Okay, so it's age then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am increasingly unaware when I watch Saturday Night Live of who the musical guests are.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
I will say every 3 episodes now, there's someone that I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
And I look them up, and it's like, they had a top 10 single last year. I don't know.
Never heard it.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't know what this song is.
Yeah. Though charts are weird now. Because even with people who are, the people I work with who are significantly younger than me.
Yeah.
We looked at the Spotify, like, top 20 the other day, and they didn't know half of it. So it's like, who the fuck is listening to this?
Yeah, I don't. Well, you have all the people too that are like, I love this artist.
Yeah,
and so they'll go on Spotify when a song gets released and just listen to that song on a loop to boost the numbers.
Right, that's true.
Because for whatever reason, people care about that now.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, did you ever go,
no.
Boy, my favorite band's going to be the #1 charting band.
This is something I've been thinking about a lot. And we're both musicians. We both have music out there. And I have friends who are in the same boat. And like to see those numbers is so hard most of the time because okay, even if it does well, right, then it just stays in the same place for a long time. You know what I mean? And it's all relative, of course, because none of us are getting to the levels of people who are actually making money from streaming. Yeah, we're only like a few billion plays below Drake. Yeah, something like that. Almost. But so close. But yeah, at least I do. I had to delete a lot of the the apps that show you all your statistics from my phone because I just check it too often and get sad about it. And I was like, this is stupid. Yeah. Like, no one's ever, in the history of the world, no one's ever been presented with this problem before. Right. Like, a regular person making stuff, putting it out there, and then watching it just, like, it's flounder. Yeah. You know? It's like the scenes in every movie about a musician. Yes. Where they have, like, the actual Billboard charts, like the physical magazine. Yeah. Yes. And they come running into the room and slap it down. Right. They're like, it's #2. Ah! Yeah. It's like that, but in real time all the time, forever. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's weird because, like, you know, if we were doing this in the 80s or the 90s, we wouldn't even be able to get the stuff out there. It would live on tapes or CDs that we would give to people or maybe sell a few at a show or something. And that would be it. You know, you send it to a radio station. Yeah. That's your best chance, especially college radio or something local or something. Right. But that's like it, you know? And so now we have this path, this totally other path to getting it out there, but it's out there in a constantly growing sea. That is true. All right. You know? You have me curious. I have to go look now. All right. Don't. No, not at our stuff. Oh, okay.
I want to see it on the charts.
Oh, the top stuff?
I'm going to be honest. I don't even know how to find the charts on Spotify.
Well, and I guess it's a worldwide chart, too.
They have...
You know?
I know for podcast, at least, because I looked at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Not at ours. At the charts, and they did have the U.S. Maybe I need to go to search. There we go. Okay. All right, let's find this. Romance, no. Blues, no. League of Legends. What the fuck is happening on Spotify?
That's a genre?
It was a suggested
search?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just want to see charts.
See, this is... You know...
This is how you know that I don't care about where music charts.
I know.
How do I find out? Charts.spotify.com. Okay.
There we go.
Believer by Imagine Dragons has been on Top Songs Global the longest at 309 weeks straight.
Is the number one song in the world?
Not number one.
Okay.
But in the Top Songs Global.
Oh my God. I
hate the world's taste in music. I hate it.
Yeah. It's and the state of affairs only encourages people to create mediocre stuff. Mm-hmm. It does not encourage anyone to break new ground or be original or what have you.
All right, here are our top 10 artists. I'm not going to go through the songs unless we
Let's see how many we know.
I actually think I know at least 8.
All right.
SZA. I know SZA.
SZA?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Sam Smith.
Sure.
He's vaguely know Sam Smith.
He had a couple of singles that definitely were big, and then he did a James Bond song.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. People like him. Yeah.
Harry Styles.
Yeah. Yep.
Know Harry Styles.
Very aware of him.
David Guetta.
Yeah, he does like electronic type pop stuff.
Yeah, he makes music I'm not going to listen to. Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, and 21 Savage.
I know one of those, The Weeknd.
I know.
I've never heard of Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin is a producer.
Okay.
21 Savage, I think, is a rapper from Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a 50-50 on that one.
Sounds good.
Manuel Turizo.
Nope.
No idea. But the title is in Spanish, so I have a feeling that song's not marketed towards
probably
us.
the Latin world. Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Never heard of her.
Yeah.
Number 8, Bizarrap and Quavito.
Holy shit. Nope. Sounds kind of cool. I wonder if it's like reggaeton. I don't know why, but it makes me think reggaeton.
I have no idea what is happening on this.
That stuff is very popular. Parts of the world.
Yeah, it's definitely another song not marketed towards us.
Okay.
Anyway, Bad Bunny. I know Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I've heard of Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I know Bad Bunny.
There's 2 Bad Bunnies on there?
Yeah, 2 Bad Bunnies.
Bad Bunny is like one of the biggest artists in the world.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But people really like Bad Bunny.
So there's your top 10.
Yeah.
Now, if we keep going, then we're in trouble.
All right.
I don't know Steven Sanchez.
Nope.
I know Meghan Trainor, but I didn't know that she was still alive.
Oh, she's got that song. It's big on... I know this because I'm not on TikTok, but my family, she's got this song out about like, I Made You Look, I think is what it's called.
That's the song that's on the chart.
It's huge. It's big on TikTok.
Rima and Selena Gomez. I know one of the two.
I know one of those.
Drake and 21 Savage. We're back to 21 Savage again.
I know one of those.
One Republic. Come on.
What?
People.
Wasn't that like 15 years ago, One Republic?
What is happening here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's...
Ozuna.
Nope.
Bad Bunny.
God damn, Bad Bunny. Good job, Bad Bunny. Kicking some ass.
And now I'm out. Tom Odell, Ray. Juke, but spelled with a V instead of a U.
Okay.
And New Jeans. New Jeans.
I got New Jeans.
I think your pants are on the chart.
Hey, all right.
They charted at 21. Good job.
Yeah. Go Pants. That should Go Pants. That should be our name.
Mm-hmm. You know, if you threw Go Pants as the artist on any of these, I wouldn't even blink an eye. Just go, oh, I've never heard of Go Pants.
and
They're a band from Cleveland? Sure. Why not?
this state of affairs with music has only strengthened my opinion that I think the 90s are going to be looked at as a real golden era.
Oh, I think they already are.
Well, even more so.
Yeah.
I think as decades go on, is like, wow, like here was a period of time, not even the whole decade, because you had boy bands and big pop shit by the end, but like 90 to let's say like 98 was like a real golden era where like stuff from the fringes came to the fore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff coming out in multiple, not just in one genre, in multiple genres. And movies were good. There was a lot. It was just like a cultural high point.
I do think the early to mid 90s will, in maybe 10 years, will be put in the same regard as, like, if not the 60s, at least like the late 70s when you had the punk movement and everything like that happen.
I think so too. Yeah. I think so too.
As far as influence goes.
Yeah, I think so. But, largely influence that hasn't stuck for, at least it doesn't, I don't see an obvious influence in current stuff.
Well, I think the big influence was less on, like, type of music, like genre or anything like that of work, as much as it was, like, in the late 70s, early 80s, movies. We'll talk movies here.
Sure.
It was all blockbusters.
Yeah.
Everything was a blockbuster.
Huge. Yeah.
And the 90s made it where indie movies could exist again.
Right.
George Lucas tried to kill everyone in the 70s and 80s with his giant blockbuster movies, and that's all anyone wanted to watch.
Right.
But then you had, like, all the weird 90s indie movies.
The obvious ones are Tarantino and Clerks and stuff like that. Yeah.
And so now you can see indie movies in theaters and stuff. And I think that's a direct result of seeing, the cynic in me wants to say, I want to say, oh, it's because people realize there's art out there but the cynic in me knows that the studios went, oh, those are profitable.
Yeah.
Because they're made for $1 million, and if they fail, big whoop, and if they succeed, we make $100 million.
Totally. Yeah. Same kind of thing. And so, maybe just building off what you're saying, maybe that like DIY spirit is, and I think that's valid. And, we tend to go through these cycles of like high commercialism and then a wash of more DIY stuff. The 80s were high commercialism.
Right.
And, I like things from all of these eras, to be honest. I don't throw out the whole era. Yeah. You know what I mean? But just different things, sort of. And then, I don't know. One interesting thing that happened recently that Roy was telling me about is the alternative station. And I think it's going to be an alternative station again. I hope so. I'm not sure. The alternative station we listened to growing up out of Atlanta, 99X, is back on the air.
Okay.
After a hiatus of, at least probably 15 years or more. And at one point it changed from being like an alt station to something else. And
so did it just go completely off the air, or did they?
I think it changed format into something, maybe even changed hands in the business side. I'm not sure, but it used to be super depressing to go back down through there and turn that station on. I mean, it's something else now,
You can always tell what genre of music, really what anything.
Yeah.
Corporate entities are pushing.
Yeah.
Based on who large radio conglomerates, like what format they've decided to change their local stations to.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's, if it's a highly political era, all of a sudden there's an extra talk radio station. How did that happen?
Right.
Or the AM talk radio station suddenly is on both AM and FM.
Yeah, we have obviously being in, country music town, we have a lot of that. But I mean, and there's, great ones like, what's the station? WSM that plays the Grand Ole Opry, and during the day they play a lot of classic country. And so it's actually a great station.
Yeah.
We have that. We do have like a hard rock station.
Yeah.
But it's bad. It's really bad because they play all they play is like Seether and shit like that. Like, it's like, I mean, those aren't bad bands, but it's like, it's just not.
I flipped through the stations at one point and they were playing Korn.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, who is listening to Korn?
Right.
I mean, this was last year at some point. In 2022?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't new Korn. It was old Korn. Who?
Old Korn. Well, and I think it speaks just to what you're saying about marketing.
Yeah.
We were walking through the mall the other day, and Jen pointed out to me that like this store and this store and this store and Hot Topic and this store were all created by the same guy who saw that people put themselves into these categories, and then all he did was play to those.
Was that the Victoria's Secret guy?
I don't know if it was the same guy, because I know there was that whole Epstein thing with that guy, right?
Yeah, well, but he... So we started watching a documentary at my house. At least I didn't finish it. I don't know if anyone else did, because it turned into just a bunch of people going, he gave money to Epstein. Isn't that terrible? And that was like the whole documentary.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it is.
That's not a movie.
All right.
Yeah.
So we've established we don't like him. Let's move on.
Right.
But he created or bought, like he would buy things and then turn them into big empires.
Right.
A whole, I want to say it was Banana Republic and The Gap.
Okay.
And like all of these stores that you know the name of.
Yeah.
Like he basically was just creating, marketing, moving on and getting the next one.
Yeah.
And that's Victoria's Secret. They talked in this documentary, it was a small company that this guy started with his wife.
Oh. Victoria?
I assume so.
Oh, all right.
But it was lingerie, but it was like I'm wearing underwear lingerie, not I need to seduce this person because I'm a spy and we're trying to get them to divulge national secrets lingerie.
I'm Elizabeth Hurley in 1998.
And so he bought it and just completely changed the marketing.
Oh, yeah.
It went from catalog, like almost Sears level catalog type of stuff, to sexy, ooh, and immediately blew up.
Of course, yeah.
So, marketing, it's crazy.
It's crazy, and to think that someone is cynical, not your kind of cynical.
Yeah,
is someone who is business cynical enough to be like, I'm just gonna reinforce these artificial groups that people put themselves into and sell to those.
Right. No, I want to buy this, but if we can make our ads look like something from a I don't know, Clark Griswold fantasy.
Yeah.
Then we're in business.
Yeah. And that to me is like the radio stations. It's like this hard rock station, like it's easier to sell like Korn and Seether and Linkin Park and those bands as a package than it is like, well, I'm going to just pick bands that I like Pixies and Replacements and R.E.M. as a package, because like they actually are, we've talked about this before, even the main like quote unquote grunge bands are not all the same. Like they're actually very different from each other.
It's a genre. It's a default genre.
It's a marketing term that was stuck onto it afterwards. Yeah.
But then there's the other question.
Yeah.
Of like those bands are all successful and are all on the air.
Yeah.
But are they successful and on the air because they were originally on the air and people heard them and that's what they were used to, and so now it's on the air?
Yeah.
Or did that many people really discover these bands on their own?
Right.
Like they were marketed by a major label.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And that got them on the radio. And now the radio plays them. Like, it's a weird cycle.
Weird.
They play them because the people who originally heard them, because they were marketed to by the record label, want to hear them.
Right.
And then the record label can continue to make more of them.
Right.
And on top of that, then you have the or the radio stations who have to keep the major record labels happy.
That's right.
Because, you know, you can't have payola in radio.
There's a lot of glad handing, though.
But you can you have giveaways.
Sure. Yeah.
So, you know.
It's a whole, yeah, because you're right. I mean, it's naive to think that those original bands weren't heavily marketed. They were.
Yeah.
You know, they
no one's going to tell me Limp Bizkit made it on their own laurels.
No, exactly. Exactly. But, you know, I'm thinking about that, you know, the those classic bands, which I think you would easily say are Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. You might throw Smashing Pumpkins in there. At least those four, right?
Yeah.
Those are sliding into classic rock.
Oh, yeah.
Very quickly, you know.
Yeah, I heard Smells Like Teen Spirit on classic rock at one point.
That's really, that's tough.
But to be fair, I feel like this classic rock station's a little screwed up.
Okay.
Because they also had, I'm trying to remember which Green Day song it was.
Brains.
It may have been Longview.
Okay, Longview, sure.
Which is not, by anyone's definition, is not old enough to be considered classic rock.
No, it's not quite there.
Like, we're not even to 20 years on that one.
Right.
Or, no, I guess we're at 30.
No,
We're past, we're not to 30 years. But I still feel like that's not
quite 30.
Yeah. That's not classic rock level yet.
No, I don't think so. For whatever reason, it doesn't quite fit.
Like, I feel
I kind
of feel like classic rock became its own genre anyway.
It did. Yeah, it did. Because it did absorb, like, I mean, a pretty wide swath of stuff, 60s, 70s, and 80s, you know, and then now 90s are trickling in. I mean, they have been for a while.
Yeah.
But
You never hear artists who were successful in the 70s that don't sound like they fit with Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin.
Right.
Like Frank Zappa's not getting played on classic rock.
No, exactly.
Even though he was rock and is the same age and was successful.
That's right. When they say classic rock, and that's kind of why it works for like Nirvana.
Yeah.
Is it's like it is classic. It is timeless. It is like a monumental moment in the history of the genre.
Really, classic rock should be the best radio station.
Yeah. Because it should just be good shit constantly.
It should be all of the timeless songs.
Yeah.
Like the ultimate playlist of timeless rock music.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
they play Boston every 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah. They got the Boston in there. They're gonna slip in some Journey. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. That shit has got to go, man.
Why does Journey not die?
Journey will never die, dude. It's not gonna happen.
I went most of my life never having to hear Journey. Like, I would occasionally hear Journey, and I'd be like, oh, I don't like that. And then I could move on.
Yeah.
And something happened, and all of a sudden, Don't Stop Believin' became the biggest song in the world for another decade.
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
I don't either, man, but that's how it goes.
I don't like it. It's a bad song.
I know. And this goes back to kind of what we were saying about, like, stuff that are hits, like whatever that Imagine Dragons song is. It's like once something gets to a certain level, it just continues to be fed back into the algorithm, so to speak. And it just gets more, it just builds and snowballs more and more. It's crazy.
I do want to know how many additional plays that song got just from that Spotify factoid telling me how long it's been a popular song.
Oh, yeah.
Because I will say that I do have an inclination to see that and go, what? Okay, let me go hear this song and turn it on for a second and go, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But there we go. I played it already.
You did. And that counts. That counts.
I mean, I feel like that's a thing that's got to be happening there.
I know. It's a weird. What's that thing? The snake eating itself. The Ouroboros or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Ouroboros.
Whatever it's called.
Whatever it's called. It's that shit, man.
Also, Imagine Dragons. You're terrible.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah. I just need them to know.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the band we shit on now.
Yeah.
We established that a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a joke, though. I just need them to know they're terrible.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I'm sure you're nice people.
I think so. That one guy's got some kind of disease. He's on TV sometimes with the disease.
You're probably not bad at your instruments.
I
just can't listen to your song long enough to find out.
And can you please leave the rock genre? There's nothing rock about your music at all. Just because there's a guitar in it sometimes does not make it rock music.
Or at least write a second song.
That'd be cool. Well, they got two. They got the Thunder one, and they got that one. The one we've been talking about.
Does it sound different than Thunder?
I mean, they're basically the same tempo.
Okay, so no. Yeah. Write a second song.
Oh, I see your point.
You have written one song. What? I'm guessing you probably have 5 albums, 12 songs an album.
I am curious how many albums they have.
You've written that same song at least 60 times.
I'm using YouTube music, so I'm not feeding the same computer. I'm feeding a different computer.
Just write one different song.
I have to say their image on here is depressing. They're sort of doing the 4 heads like Queen. That makes me sad.
No, don't rip off Queen.
There's some EPs in here. Let's see. Hang on.
Oh, I wasn't counting EPs.
Let's not count. Either. We're not counting EPs. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. 4, 5. I think that's 6.
Oh, I was off by 1.
I think they have. Well, one is like 2 records. Acts 1 and 2.
No, stop it. Now you're being pretentious about your terrible music? No.
But that dude's got muscles, though. You can't argue with that.
Yeah, but oh man. I don't want them somehow making terrible music and also pulling in the pretension of like a Coheed and Cambria level concept.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that.
No, it seemed loose. How's that?
Oh boy.
Coheed and Cambria had a whole thing.
It was very detailed.
Yes. Whole storyline.
Very in depth.
That's a band I haven't thought about in a while.
Yeah, I had to think pretty hard on what their name was, because I always just think of them as that band with all the concept albums.
Yeah.
They were the emo version of what was Neil Peart's band?
Oh, Rush.
Yeah, they're the emo version of Rush.
Totally. I had an attack of college music the other day. There's a new Animal Collective album, which I can't see you liking at all. Doesn't seem like your shit.
I'm not a huge fan.
Well, and here's the thing. They've been so hit and miss for me over the years. Yeah. I remember the first time I heard them, I didn't like it, but I was in probably my most pretentious music listening period. Mm-hmm. I judged them for only being in 4/4 time.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, this is college Justin, who was a real asshole. And
how long did your anti 4/4 time phase last?
I mean, I love the Ramones. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That was my next question. Yeah. Is were you sitting there going, I don't know what these Ramones are even about.
I also love songs with 3 fucking chords. Like, come on, man. No, Jen at the time, she said, you're going to like this band later. And she was right. I did grow to like them.
Well, she knows you.
Yeah, she knows me. But, they definitely have some records that I would put up there. Merriweather Post Pavilion's probably their best record, at least out of the ones I've heard.
Now, are they better than Imagine Dragons or about the same?
So much better than Imagine Dragons. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It's really hard to imagine because I know that Imagine Dragons is on that top Spotify list.
Yeah.
But I didn't see them on there.
I know.
Imagine Dragons is to rock what Drake is to hip hop.
You know a lot more about Drake than I do, so I'm going to take your word for that.
It's watered down.
Okay.
Watered down bullshit for
there we go.
for the masses. Imagine Dragons is the Applebee's of rock. How about that?
I like that.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess, if you want to go eat some microwaved chicken poppers.
Some fucking cheese sticks. I love how they keep coming up with new names for the same bullshit.
Yeah.
They're like a more elaborate Taco Bell.
They are exactly like Imagine Dragons. Imagine Dragons wrote one song. Applebee's has the same menu that they've had for 50 years, but they're just changing the names of everything.
Well, happy 2023, everybody. It's only going to get worse from here.
That's the spirit.
Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife.